Hi, Mama, and welcome to Empowered Hospital Birth, the podcast. I'm Elizabeth, founder of Looma Birth, a birth doula, birth educator, and a mama of three who has also walked this journey with you. And this podcast is here to do one thing, to help you feel calm, confident, and deeply empowered as you prepare for your hospital birth. Because here's the truth, my mama friend, is you do not need to be fearless to have an incredible birth. You just need to understand what's actually happening in your body and how to work with it instead of against it. So let's get into it. This is episode 3, the moment you think, I can't do this, and why that means you're closer than you think. So I have been doing this for over 10 years, and I have worked with hundreds of families, and I want to help you imagine this moment. You are in labor. Things have been building. The intensity is getting stronger. You are in this flow state. It is longer, stronger, closer together. You're breathing, you're moving, you're doing all the things you thought you would be doing in labor. And then suddenly, boom, it hits you. This wave of intensity, it feels bigger than anything you've experienced before. And somewhere in your mind, I can't do this. Maybe it's quiet. Maybe it's really loud. It feels like panic. It feels like defeat. But it's there. And this is the part that really nobody tells you. And I have worked with clients. I'm working with a client now who has had multiple babies and worked with other doulas and was still unprepared when they experienced this experience before. So I really want you, my podcast mama, to know this. This moment is universal. This moment is coming for you. Okay? It is not defeat. So I want to say this so clearly. Every mama is going to experience this at some point. The ones who have beautiful births, the ones who go unmedicated, the ones who feel empowered afterwards, they are all hit with this moment where they think it is too much. It's too intense. And if they don't know this, if they're not prepped for this ahead of time, this moment makes them feel like a failure. Like, oh my gosh, this is too much. I didn't prepare well enough. My body is failing me. Something is going wrong. My body is breaking. You're not handling it well enough. And that is not the case. It's not even close. This is the moment. I can't do it. It's not a breakdown. It is a threshold that holds you in labor. It's the moment your body is shifting from coping, right? Our labor practice, those coping techniques, into surrender, from thinking into truly feeling and being embodied. This is a moment we go from controlling the situation into full-fledged instinct. It is a transition point. Now, lots of birth education classes will talk about this as part of physiological birth, and it is. That transition phase is so intense. But as a birth doula who has supported hundreds of mamas through labor, I really think it happens twice. So it happens as you move into active labor. It happens as labor picks up and becomes this really lived, bodied experience. This is where my clients, end up at the hospital at 2 centimeters and getting an epidural because they are so intense, these contractions, these pressure waves, these surges that experience inside you, right? That's physiological birth. That is the experience that is happening. And it happens again at transition, which is a physical state. It's part of that labor process. We cover it in birth education, right? So when labor peaks and things start to feel fast and overwhelming and they're all consuming in your body because you maybe aren't used to feeling embodied in your body, right? Maybe you're one of my mamas who doesn't take tons of prenatal yoga or lots of somatic practice or lots of breathwork practice, right? Depending on who you are, it will greatly influence how you show up in your labor. When intensity rises, your brain, it really tries to step in and it tries to protect us, right? Oh my gosh, this is too much. I can't do this. This is too much. Please stop. Your body's doing what it's meant to do. Your body is doing exactly what it needs to do to bring your baby earthside. But it can be scary. It can be fearful. It can be overwhelming. And without that right education and that embodiment and the connection of those two, it is really hard to stay in that moment. So in that moment, your body, your nervous system is doing something really powerful that needs to happen. You're moving deeper into more of that animalistic state. We're embracing ourselves as a mammal. That instinctual state, it's less thinking, it's more feeling. It's less control, mama. It's more surrendering. Your body is working. Your baby is moving. But because the world we live in teaches us as modern mamas that we have to stay in control. We have to be able to do all the things. We have to be able to logically make all of these decisions as we physically, literally have to lean into this animalistic state. That loss of control feels so scary to us. So if your brain labels the sensation of labor as, I can't do this, and then you don't have the education, you don't have the support around that, what's actually happening is that you are doing it. And you need to be able to lean in to that animalistic side of what's happening because you're doing it. Your body wants to do it. Your body is physically there doing the things. But we have to quiet the mind to allow our body to be able to bring this baby earthside. So I want you to hear this now, mama, before you're in that moment. So when those thoughts come through, again, whether it's an early labor or active labor or transition, it doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean that something's wrong. It doesn't mean you need to panic. You are right where you're supposed to be. Labor is intense. These feelings are there for a reason. So building that support team, leaning in to that support team when you are in labor will allow your body to do those animalistic things, setting yourself up, doing that soul work leading into it, identifying, are you a cat? Are you a dolphin? Are you an elephant? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to our second episode where we talk about mammals and giving birth, because you have to identify how to support yourself, because labor will be this most intense thing that you have ever experienced. No matter if you are an ultra marathon runner or you were a college sports athlete, maybe you're a professional athlete out there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is where everything ties together in labor, where the physical meets the emotional, meets the mental preparation, and you have to prepare for it, mama. Again, when this moment comes, I promise you, for all of my mamas, it's going to come. It doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean something's going wrong. And it doesn't mean you need to panic. It means you are there in labor. You're closer than you think. You're deeper than you've ever been. And you're doing something incredibly powerful. And if, mama, you prepare yourself, and when you're in that moment, you can recognize that moment, you can meet it differently. So instead of spiraling or seizing, you can soften. Instead of resisting, oh my gosh, this is so intense, you can lean in. Instead of, I can't do this, you can shift to, this is the moment. So what do you do when this happens? My advice for you is to keep it simple. You're going to come back to who you are, those essence of who you are and what you've prepped for. You're going to breathe. You're going to move your body. You're going to stay in that moment. You're going to allow yourself to be present. Again, we're working on that idea of embodiment for empowerment. And the most important thing is let somebody in that birth room remind you that you are safe. You are doing it. And to stay here, stay present. This is where birth doulas can be so much value in the experience because we're here, we're holding that space for you. That's where support matters. Because when your brain starts to doubt, you don't need more information. You need to be grounded. You need to be calm. You need someone holding the bigger picture for you. And this is exactly what I love to do. This is why I've built Looma, and this is what we are all about. It's not just about learning the positions or the breathing techniques. It's about understanding these most magical, most intimate moments before you're in them. So when they come, you don't feel blindsided, but you feel prepared, you feel held, you feel seen. Like, okay, I remember this. We talked about this. I know about this. And that's where the difference from fear and overwhelm and embodiment and empowerment comes from. I think that's all I've got on this subject, Mama. I know it's a little bit of a shorter one, but I feel like it's so important to help you understand and start painting these pictures as you prepare for your hospital birth. So if this episode resonated with you, Mama, I want you to know you're not in this alone. You don't have to figure it out by yourself. If you're wanting deeper support, education, real guidance as you prepare for your hospital birth, you can explore how to work with us at Looma Birth, or check out our Empowered Hospital Birth, the online course. Everything will be linked in our show notes as always. And if you loved this episode or it resonated with you, please share it with another mama who needs to hear this. And I will see you in our next episode.